Good morning, fellow hams and AHRN members. My name is John, K5RTR. Just wanted to give you a walk around of my current mobile ham radio setup. And what you see here is a 2015 Nissan Titan. And here are the radio components that I have installed. So first, on top here, you see the FT300 by Yaesu, and it's currently scanning the local repeaters, and then below that is the Yaesu 891. And over here is an Amazon bought tablet. It runs Android, and on it I run APRS Droid. And so as I'm riding down the road, it looks something like that. Now let me show you how I've got this installed. I apologize, this is being filmed with an iPhone, so my camera skills aren't the best. First things first, so I've got a direct line run to the battery, positive and negative terminals, and then the cable routed around through the front of the hood and back through the firewall through a rubber grommet that was already there. You'll notice these lines are fused both ways, positive and negative. Runs around, goes through the firewall there. Now, coming to the rear of the truck, you can see here is the ATAS or ATAS 120 screwdriver type antennas made by Yaesu. And you'll notice the mount that I've got there is not exactly standard. I had to fabricate that brace there on the bottom. See if I can give you a better view of that. There you go. So that's just a strap of aluminum that I attached to the brace to kind of give that a little bit more stability. The ATAS is a little heavy, not bad, about 2 pounds, but with a wind load, it does tend to wobble a little bit, so I braced it up, and that pretty much taken care of that. Now what you see is a ground strap. You can buy these on Amazon for a couple bucks. It's attached to the base of the antenna mount there, and then there's a set screw in the side of the bed there that I put in. It's painted with primer right now. I'm going to go back over that with some black spray paint, you know, kind of make it match the rest of the bed liner. So moving around to the other side of the truck, under the passenger seat, I don't know if you can, how well you can see this in this mass of cables under here, but the 891 and the FT300 are mounted under the passenger seat. Now, mobile ham radio is difficult at best, and it's always a compromise. You're never going to be able to get a full-size antenna on a vehicle, but it does work, and I'll show you that here in a second. The key to this is grounding the entire system and bonding it to the rest of the truck body. And what you'll see here is, for example, there's a ground strap right there, bonds the frame of the truck to the hood. Okay, moving around to the back side, same thing with the tailgate here. There's a ground strap there, and there are several others. There's one actually bonding the exhaust system to the rest of the truck, and that is, believe it or not, pretty important. The exhaust system can act like an antenna itself and cause all sorts of interference. But anyways, let's move around to the front again, and I'll show you how this all works. So the ATAS antenna is a screwdriver type antenna, and it's matched to the 891, and Yaesu, I think, did that on purpose. Let me turn this FT300 off, and I'll show you how this all works. Now what I've done is I've run a 3.5 millimeter audio cable from the 891 to the truck's auxiliary jack, so that I can actually hear through the truck's sound system what's going on the radio. You can see right there I'm on 40 meters, and I'm receiving a signal from these guys. I don't know what they're talking about. Let's turn that down. Now here's how this works. So if you go into the 891, there's a tuner button right there. You can press that and you'll see a little red light come on, and it's going to tune to 40. But if I switch bands, let's say I go to, I don't know, let's go to 20 meters. You just turn it to 20 meters, bang, you're on 20 meters. Now obviously the antenna is not tuned for 20 meters, but what you do is you touch that, and you'll see the hide SWR thing come on and the ATIS light blinking, and the antenna, let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you can hear or see that, but the antenna is actually moving. There's a motor in there that pulls that down, and once it's there, we are now tuned for 20 meters. So that's pretty much it. If you want to set up like this, it's not cheap. The install's not something you can do in a few minutes. It takes a little bit of time and a lot of patience, but it does work. You know, these guys here that I'm listening to, I'm gonna turn my vehicle sound system up, and I can tune through the, you know, the band here. It doesn't appear there's a whole lot going on 20, but believe it or not, this works pretty well. I've made contacts all the way into South America with this mobile setup while driving 70 miles an hour down the interstate. Anyways, but that's it. Yeah, that's my mobile setup. It works fabulously. I can talk to all the local repeaters and you know, coast to coast and sometimes out of the country with this setup. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's what I've got running here.